before I hang them up on my personal choice of when I'm gonna hang them up.
Yeah.
But like you know, back when I was like wanting to shoot for that next level, I was wanting to shoot for overseas. I wanted to go to Pride.
Yeah, when Pride was around.
Yeah. UFC didn't really catch my attention too much, and even now, like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like, if for whatever fucking crazy reason I'd get called to UFC, yeah, of course I'd go and fight. It'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
But like, that wasn't.
That was never your goal.
Yeah, that was never my goal.
Pride was more.
Yeah,
where you
my goal
to.
was just more overseas in general.
Yeah,
I wanted to fight overseas and over the world, not.
Yeah.
In the US, not in UFC. Not, you know, it wasn't. It was like, it's there.
That sucks. Pride's gone though.
I know, right? Teardrop.
Because I loved watching Pride.
Pride was
way more than
UFC.
UFC.
Pride was the shit, man. But no, I mean, either way, just going back to Punk. That's just my thing. That's what I'm saying. I don't wish bad on him. I really don't. I still do wish success. But I'm still gonna have mixed feelings, even if he wins. I don't want him to lose. So that's the one thing. I don't want him to lose. I don't want him to get hurt. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I still do wish success on him. But am I still gonna feel jolted? Yeah. You know. But no, I mean, at least they did what's it called? Which I kind of figured they would anyway. But they did as good a job as they can do with matching him up with a fairly even opponent. You know. And then we'll see. We'll see what happens come Saturday.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I might try to watch it just to see how it goes. And that's what they're looking for too, though. They're looking for the wrestling fans to come see them fight. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's the whole. I mean, I understand why Dana did it. It's
still
yeah.
a business.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you know what business is about? It's about making money at the end
Absolutely.
of the day. You know. And what helped catch the interest of Punk is his star power, you know. Like even when Randy was on the show, where he was like, well, you know, it kind of reminds me of Brock. And it was like, to a point, it's not Brock, because at least Brock had more of a resume in his combat.
Yeah, well, he had a couple. He had a
couple MMA fights before getting on the UFC. Wasn't many, but he still had a couple. He had an extensive collegiate background,
mm-hmm.
you know, and I mean, and a really prestige collegiate background.
Yeah.
So like he pulled more to the game. Punk, all he really has outside of what he has currently is the pro wrestling. You know, like I said, I'm not gonna dog on pro wrestling like others have.
Yeah.
Because you know, like, I don't really sit down and watch it like I used to anymore. I still respect the athleticism behind it and just the dedication that wrestlers give to their craft, you know. And so I mean, like that right there is why I have respect for Punk. Like, you know, like I said, he not like he didn't have to pay his dues. Not like they just fucking gave him a silver spoon and was like, here you go. No, that nigga had to work.
Yeah.
Because in pro wrestling, yeah, you have to work. Don't get it twisted. You have to work. They
especially if you're a small body like that, you know,
yeah,
especially
exactly.
like in WWE, like where, you know, for a long time they wanted the big muscle-bound guys that,
yeah, exactly.
You know, Punk could come in and kind of flip that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you got the smaller guys that are actually on top now.
Smaller and average guys, basically.
Yeah.
You know? And exactly, you know. But just in wrestling in general, though, man. Even what's it called? Even some of them big guys have to fucking. Not some. Even them big guys have to work, man. Yeah, them niggas have to work. Them niggas bust their ass. Them niggas pay their dues.
Oh yeah.
You know. Athletes in general
bust their ass.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's just the one thing that the public doesn't see, really. They don't see the athlete's life. They don't see the combative's life. You know, they don't see that part of it. You know. Later on, the more top level athletes or whatever genre, you know, whatever sport or performance they're doing, they kind of have it a little easier and stuff because they can afford it at that point. But like the niggas that aren't there, shit, public don't know.
Yeah.
What we'll put ourselves through, what we'll go through just to make anything, really.
Man, we got deep again.
Yeah, we did.
Whew, that was some deep stuff there.
I love all of you. I don't know why I even said that. There's no love in me.
It's dead.
Ain't no love, nigga. Ah.
Let's see, what else? Oh, you and I had discussed in future, we can either do it today or we can do it on another episode. What was it? Hip hop with Sidewayzz.
Oh, yeah. Let's do another episode because I really haven't studied. So.
Right, that's fine. So in future episodes,
I could throw some names out right now anyway, just to maybe look up or check out. I
mean, it's up to you. I'll
just throw some names out anyway.
Right.
Fuck it.
Let me give you your theme song.
Because what's it called?
Hip hop with Sidewayzz.
That song sounded so hip hop.
I know.
No, but what's it called? When you ask me, about Black Thoughts, and Black Thoughts is alright. He got some decent tracks.
Was he? What group was he with, or was he?
I can't remember fully. I don't even remember if he was in a group.
Okay,
to be honest,
because I
think he was. I could be wrong. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
With me, with my education.
If any of our listeners want to help us out, you can go to Zombie Thuggin' Podcast and on Facebook page and just put a message up or something.
Yeah. But anyway, but what's it called? So like I said, Black Thought, give that motherfucker a listen and shit like that. He got some pretty dope tracks. Actually, I saw it this morning. I don't know who the fuck it was. They're about to release a new album. It was let me see if I can find it on my Facebook again real quick.
He's gonna look it up. In the meantime, this all started because on Facebook, someone had posted about. They posted 4 pictures of rappers. So it was Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, and Black Thoughts. And it said if you could choose only 2 of them to listen to for the rest of your life, who would you choose? And I knew Nas would be one of Sidewayzz people. But I thought maybe he would choose Biggie. Because I know he's a big Biggie fan. I knew it wasn't going to be Jay-Z. I knew that for a fact. It was not going to be Jay-Z. But... this is how I first heard about Black Thought. Is it Black Thoughts or
Black Thoughts?
Black Thoughts. Yeah. I've never heard of them, but it's just I like to listen to new people and stuff. So that's kind of how this all started.
Yeah, I mean Black Thoughts ain't completely new. He's been out for a minute now.
Well, like people are not like mainstream. Like you got your mainstream rappers, the Drakes, the fucking Lil Waynes, that shit.
Yeah.
But like
2 Chainz.
Yeah. Fucking Mickey Mills or whatever the fuck. But like, or like even older school, like Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas. But there's other rappers that aren't well known.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought maybe, because you have a lot better background than that.
Yeah.
That maybe you could enlighten our listeners of people that they should check out, maybe like some of them.
I don't remember. I couldn't find it because I was trying to do it quick, and I wasn't. I mean, I probably could, but it probably would have took me longer if I would have actually sat there. And I'm not going to try and take up that much time. But I know AZ. He's supposed to be dropping some new tracks here soon. I think in another month or 2, he's supposed to be dropping some shit out.
You said his name was AZ?
AZ, yeah. That motherfucker is old school.
Okay.
But he still puts out work. But that motherfucker's good. So check him out. Even if you can't find his new tracks, check out his old stuff, man. AZ puts out some good shit.
And you can probably find him on like YouTube and stuff.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. You can find him on YouTube, no problem. But AZ. Actually, you know what? Now I remember Killer Priest.
Oh really?
Yeah, KP. That's my favorite rapper of all at this point.
Killer Priest.
He's supposed to be dropping a new album. Shortly, actually. I think in the next month or so, he's supposed to be dropping his new album and shit. So keep an eye out on that. For any KP fans out there, honestly, even if you're not a KP fan, you never heard of Killer Priest, never sat down and listen to his shit, man. His shit is good. His shit is deep. It'll make you think, you know. No, listen to hip hop in general. I mean, like, we've had these conversations off the mic.
Yeah.
Know? But like you know, I've told you my tastes have changed over time and stuff. You know, actually, you know, like we're back when we had the discussion and we were even talking about Tupac and Biggie and stuff like that. And you know, I kept it real and stuff like that. I still like Tupac's work and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but he's not really. Were back when I was, you know, just like everybody else. Tupac's my fave and this and that. Tupac's really not my favorite anymore. He's up there, but you know,
he's not in your top. Yeah.
And you know, my taste has changed a lot. Honestly,
I think when you told me that, I almost drove off the road.
You were like shocked.
It's like, what?
Like
I can't live anymore.
Like I spoke some sacrilegious.
I know, right? What? Get down to my car.
No, but you know, these latest couple years now, you know, I've grown more and more into liking East Coast hip hop. You know, a lot more.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I don't want to say I don't like it, but like, you know, I really don't listen to much West Coast rap anymore. More of the old, what's it called? When I do, I mean, there's some West Coast artists like as a recent I'll listen to, but it just doesn't catch my attention all much. Same thing with Southside rappers, really. Outside of the older school rappers from the South, I really don't listen to much Southside anymore either.
You guys would be very disappointed to hear that. David Banner.
David Banner's different though.
He's in his own little.
Yeah, but not even then. Like honestly, like I'll sit there and listen to some, you know, Southern tracks even from way back in the day. But even like I find myself disconnecting more and more of East Coast rap every day. You know, just getting more into it. To me, you know. This speaks to me on different levels and stuff. I will say it straight up like this. To a point, it kind of speaks to me on more maturity, you know? Or like, and I'm just going to say it like this. I'm not every West Coast rapper, you know, but like, was more famous for the West Coast rappers. If you're talking about what? Gangs, violence, the club, you know, shooting niggas up, blah, blah, blah. You know, because I mean, like where people will stereotype, you know, rap as a whole or hip hop as a whole. That's what they usually think. Usually, that's more famously found in West Coast hip hop.
Yeah,
not always, but you find that more in West Coast hip hop.
Yeah,
they tell a story with it though. That's what West Coast hip hop is really famous for. Yeah. They're famous for telling stories. They're storytellers out there. You know. But the topics of stories that they got famous for was talking about gang life. And to a point, I'm kind of like, you know what?
No.
I don't really want to, you know. Southside's kind of this crazy, you know, that is club rap. But even when it's not club rap, they'll tell some stories here and there and like little fable, but that's just like, you know, fucking getting crunk, getting wild, you know. Or just telling a really sad blues story. East Coast rap, I mean, it's more about just being a lyricist and stuff like that. I mean, there's some storytelling involved, like with certain artists and stuff like that, but that's just really showing off your vocab and just showing off the MC work, you know. But I've gotten more into that, you know, and even some of the more artists that I've gotten into, like I said, like the name I mentioned, Killer Priest, AZ, what's it called, KRS-One, which is, you know, I've always listened to a lot of KRS-One. You know?
Yeah.
I've just gotten more into guys like that. Moral Technique, you know, I like the Moral Technique a lot. You know, Dead Prez, Talib Kweli, Nas, like you mentioned. There's so many names, and even though Common's considered more a Midwest, you know, rapper, I like a lot of Common shit, you know. It's still like I've just gotten more into the East Coast now, you know. Because even when they do talk about, like, you know, they touch on the topic gang life and stuff. I guess it's, I don't know, the way like at least the artists I've talked about, I mentioned, the way they approach it, I could just relate to it more, You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I could just, favorite.